Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we will be making kimchi. I'm sure most of you have heard about kimchi or have eaten kimchi. It's basically a Korean pickle. In this case it's a lacto fermented pickle. The version we do today is not very traditional. It's great to just have around, it's very healthy. Having it on a bowl of rice with some eggs in the night or for lunch when you don't have time. I can highly recommend. It's a good recipe. So I'll walk you through the steps. Let's start. Alrighty, so day one today of our kimchi making. First step is quite simple. We cut the cabbage, soak it in salt brine for 24 hours, and that's it. So let's go. So what I'm gonna do is I'll cut it in like finger-sized strips. Just quarter them. Once they're quartered, take out this hard part, material. Don't need to take too much. And then we slice it in about finger-thick slices. Yeah, that's it. Take a bowl. Just place it into a bowl on the side. I've seen people cutting it very thinly. You could literally just cut in like a couple pieces and done with it. It's really up to you, whatever your personal preference is. Try not to waste anything. We have our cabbage now in the bowl. Now we need to weigh the whole thing. Add water and salt. I'll show you how. So first take your scale. It's, by the way, much smarter if you weigh the bowl beforehand, so you know how heavy it is. I didn't do it, so I need to improvise a little bit. But basically what we want to see is the total weight of the cabbage and the water that we're gonna add. Just in a second, add the cabbage. As you can see now, the cabbage is completely covered with water. So what we're gonna do now is we add salt. And we add 3% of the total weight of salt. So in my case, I have 2,300 grams. 3% of that is 69 grams. So all you need to make sure is that the salt is evenly dissolved, and osmosis will do its thing. So the cabbage will take on the salt brine and carry over the salt into the vegetables tomorrow, but that's the next step. So, and that's all we have to do for now. Take a plate, take something that kind of fits your bowl so the cabbage is submerged. We'll leave it for 24 hours and come back tomorrow for the next step. Just leave it outside, don't put it in the fridge. And yeah, let the salt do its thing overnight, and then we'll come back tomorrow to finish our kimchi. Hi and welcome back. So, it's been roughly about 24 hours. The cabbage is now brined, and we can keep going with our fermentation process. So, next step is quite easy. Drain the water, keep the bowl, and we'll mix the cabbage together with the other ingredients in the same bowl and get it ready for fermentation. Oh, by the way, I didn't explain why we did the 3% salt solution instead of 2. So the idea is basically that salt that we used extra here, the 3%, normally in a fermentation you use 2% salt, the salt will carry over into our other vegetables that we're gonna use today. That's what I got. Some spring onions, some carrots. I have 3 carrots here. Bunch of radishes, knob of ginger, 2 garlic cloves. Yeah, that's about it. How I like to cut the carrot, this is completely up to you. Halve it, and then I cut in like also finger-sized pieces. In the same kimchi you can use different cuts. Definitely looks cool. Doesn't really matter in the end. With the spring onions, I already peeled the outer layers off. Cut off the roots, half a finger roughly. So, out here, one more, that's it. And the radishes. Quarter. Now I use a knob of ginger. Best way to peel ginger though is with a spoon. It's much faster than using a peeler, and it's less wasteful than just cutting off the skin with your knife. The next thing I will use is 2 garlic cloves. Again, I will grate them. If you don't like garlic, leave it out, that's no problem. If you like garlic a lot, use more, no problem. Now to finish off the kimchi, I will use a bit of gochujang paste, which is basically Korean chili paste. If you don't find gochujang, you can use Korean chili flakes instead, but it's very dependent on how much spice you can take. If you want spice at all, you can actually make a white kimchi where there's no chili in there. But I do about 2 big tablespoons in this bowl. And the next thing I will use is a bit of Thai fish sauce. Now, obviously not very traditional, but it rounds the flavor very well and gives it a nice boost of flavor in general. Once it's all in the bowl, all you need to do, take your hands and start mixing it. Basically what you're looking for is that it tastes delicious, that it's kind of like a spicy salad, but it should taste good at this point. So all you have to do is just put it in a jar, let it ferment somewhere between 7 to 14 days. Let's just fill the jar as gracefully as possible. So that's it, close it. And we leave it for, yeah, like I said, somewhere between 7 to 14 days. Every couple days, let's say on the 3rd day, on the 5th day, just give it a taste. See how it tastes, how far you want to take it. It could be done after 6 days, could be done after 10 days. So yeah, you just need to keep tasting it. And give it a stir every day. Just a quick 10-second, stir it a little bit, and then just leave it outside. Let the bacteria do its thing, and yeah. That's it. Alrighty, I'll see you once the kimchi is finished. Cheers. Let's give it a try. So the kimchi is salty, it's sour from the fermentation. It's a little bit spicy, not too much. It's quite funky from the fermentation, from the fish sauce, but it's well rounded. It's incredibly delicious. Yeah. So that's all for today. Thanks for joining in and hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.